Welcome, everybody. This is day 4 of our 10-day Re-Energize Your Body Challenge. And today we're going to be focusing on flexibility. So we're going to kick off the practice here by talking really quickly about flexibility, why it's important for increasing the energy. Basically, flexibility, the most important thing is that when we are flexible, we carry less tension. And when we carry less tension, it takes less energy for us to do everything, from simply sitting here or standing and having a conversation with you. I can be tense because I'm not flexible, and therefore sitting here, the actual tenseness, that's draining energy because it takes energy to be tense. And a lot of times what I do is I ask somebody, it's like, okay, just practice this right now. Right? It's like, if we're sitting down here, try tightening up your abs right now and then tighten up your thighs. If you're to sit here and tighten up your abs and thighs and then just have a conversation, you can still carry a conversation, but it takes energy a lot more now because you're having to put in that effort to keep those muscles tight. And that's us consciously doing it. But however, our bodies are constantly, unconsciously holding on to that tension. And even though we might get used to it, but what we're actually getting used to is like a bucket with a hole on the bottom. So therefore, it always takes more energy to do everything. And when we start to let go of the tension by focusing on stretching every single day, we start to be able to relax all of those muscles. And, a great example would be, I want to talk about what prevents us from being flexible. The most obvious thing is just not stretching, and not stretching every single day. And on top of that, something else that prevents us from being flexible is the food that we eat. And so last night, I've been training really hard. And last night I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and kick back a little bit. So I started off, I ate some bread, no big deal, just carbing up a little bit. And after that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go eat this banana. Oh, banana's good. I'm gonna eat a little more sugar, no big deal. And I was like, let me eat some peanut butter. And then after that, I ate a good amount of peanut butter and banana, mixing all that together. And late at night also, it was probably about 1 a.m. I'm just kind of hanging out, enjoying myself, I ate like 4 bananas and like a glob of peanut butter, like this, 4 bananas, And then afterwards, I'm sitting there, stomach's all full, and I go to bed. I wake up this morning and my body is really tight, much more tighter than usual because my body's inflamed. All this extra sugar, all these things in my body, so my body feels really, really tight. And a lot of times we don't think about our diet getting our bodies to be really tight. We just think we're not moving enough. And while the movement is really, really helpful, but our diet is equally as helpful because there's a lot of food that we eat that inflames our body. Have you guys ever felt to where you eat some type of food? Most of the time it's either heavy fat foods or sugary foods. Sugar is one's a really big one because it spikes up our insulin level really quickly. And when we overdo that, you can feel your body start to become more stiff. Like literally the sugar is going into our body and it's breaking up, and suddenly our body is just becoming a lot more stiff, a lot more immobile. And you suddenly bend over, it's like, oh, everything feels so tight. And it's simply because we're eating the wrong foods. And just by cutting that out, not only does it improve all the other aspects of our health, but also helps us become more flexible simply by letting our bodies relax more and we're not inflamed. A lot of people are dealing with inflammation on a daily basis to where it just becomes normal. And so I thought it was a really good reminder to talk about that today because I felt like that this morning. Now, I went ahead and did my practice just like usual. I just did a short one today. And it helped. But it didn't get it fully out because we got to really get rid of it. And so what I'm going to do today, so I'm drinking my coffee today, don't have my mushroom drink. Well, actually I drank that earlier. So the best way to go ahead and get rid of everything in our body that's not good is simply by fasting. Simply by fasting and just not eating anything. So we give our bodies a chance to break down everything that doesn't belong in there. And our bodies will naturally do it. We don't have to drink some special juice. We don't have to do all these tonics. there's a really simple way, and simply just stop eating and just let our bodies take care of itself and burn everything up. Okay. And then, you know, you don't have to go and do like a 3-day or a 7-day or something really extreme, simply by just not eating until your stomach is completely empty. You know, if you feel your stomach, it's like, oh, I got a little bit of food in there, maybe from yesterday, or, you know, overate a little bit, then just stop eating and wait until you're completely empty. And then now that you're a little hungry, if you want a little bonus, wait just a little bit longer. And then you'll find that while your body is really, really empty, test your flexibility. And you'll find that your body actually increases in flexibility by a little bit without even stretching, simply because our body is not inflamed anymore. So just a really simple thing. The last thing is our emotions. Whenever we're really stressed, whenever we're really angry, most of the time it's stress and it's worry, you will feel tightness in different parts of our body. And so when we get our emotions to be a lot more calmer, a lot more relaxed, we become naturally a little more flexible, or at least we don't prevent the flexibility from coming. So the primary thing to increase flexibility is simply to stretch. But our food and our emotions play a huge part. And so luckily, when we do our flow practice every single day, we're focusing on increasing flexibility while at the same time, simultaneously, we are letting go of tension, letting go of those emotions. And then the last thing to focus on is make sure that our diet every day is as clean as possible. So, all right, so today we're going to be focusing on more flexibility, more stretching for our practice. We're going to be skipping our part 2, which is strength. And so we're going to be going through part 1 pretty quickly, which is all the flow movements. We're going to start off with the hops. We're going to do a lot of the taps. We'll go through that. We'll spend more time in part 3, flexibility, more time in stretching. We'll do breathing, and then we'll finish it off with meditation. So let's go ahead and get ready. And also, remember, if you guys have any questions during the practice or at any time, please write them here on the chat. And then right afterwards, we'll go ahead and go into our Q&A. All right. Let me have a sip of my coffee here. All right. Let's begin. And also, one other thing is we're focusing on flexibility today and skipping strength training because we are giving our bodies a little rest. And that's why, you know, so when our bodies are, we don't want to wait till our bodies are extremely, extremely super sore to go ahead and then rest. So while our body is starting to feel sore, but we're still able to move around, you know, in a slightly comfortable way, let's go and start focusing on stretching. Let's give our bodies a little more break. And that's why we're skipping the strength training. But we don't need to skip practice. And that's the thing about being consistent, is when we're consistent, we don't have to do all the trainings all the time. You know, we can pick certain ones to do, but just as long as we're consistent every single day in doing something in the flow practice. Because remember, this is how we break down flow practice. We have massage, we have breathing, we have strength training, you know, we have cardio, we have stretching, you know, we have meditation. So always do at least one of those. All right, let's grab our timer. Today's practice will be about 30 minutes. All right. So now let's begin. So let's go ahead and hop up and down. Start off with some hops. Stay calm and relaxed. Remember to lift up those shoulders, let them drop down, and exhale every time you come down through your nose. Now let's go to our lower body tap. We can tap with a slap or with a closed fist. Remember to tap everywhere in your lower body that you can reach. If you can't reach it, don't worry about it. I always like to go up and down, starting at the front of the leg. My way all the way to the back. Go into our lower back. Now let's move to our stomach. I was doing a lot of these this morning. A lot of tapping on the stomach. Go to our side. Remember to use the least amount of tension. Go ahead and create the most amount of impact for your taps. And make sure your force is something that feels good. So let's go to the left side of the chest. And now let's go to the right. Left arm up in the air. Let's go down the side. Let's go to the left side of the neck, down to the traps, down to the shoulders, down the left arm, up the inside of the left arm, right arm up, let's go down the side. Let's do the right side of the neck, right side of the traps, let's come down to the shoulders, down the back side on the right arm, up the inside of the right arm. All right, let's do some head tapping. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Let's work our way towards the back of the head. All right, now let's tap on the ears. Like binaural beats here. Let's go to our face. And jaw. And cheeks and mouth. Back up to the whole face. Work our way back up to the whole head, top of the head. Okay. So we're going to do some up and down breathing. Remember, head comes up, inhale through the nose. Head comes down. Exhale through the mouth, shh, like that. Telling someone to shh. Okay, we're just gonna do about 10 of these, followed by the rotations after. So let's begin. Head comes up, inhale through the nose, hands on the hips. Hold your breath. Now let's just rotate your neck around in a circle, nice and easy, holding your breath. And now the other direction. Let's go ahead and loosen up the neck. And now let's turn to the right and left. Arms down, exhale. Okay, rub those hands together. Let's go do our longevity exercises, massaging our senses. Starting off with the nose, up and down the side of the nose. Let's open up the air, the nostrils. Now let's go around the eyes in the direction of our eyebrows. Relaxing our eye muscles, removing the tension. Let's place our hands over the ears, press down, massage the ears. Make sure our hearing is always on point. Other direction. Okay, hands on top of the nose. Let's go massage in a circular direction, loosening up the cartilage, and reverse. Recharge up the hands, get them nice and warm. Make a knuckle, press onto the temple, press down here for 3, 2, 1, release. One more time. Press firmly, 3, 2, 1, release. Let's do our heart pressure point. Under the nose, above the lip. Hold down. 3, 2, 1. Release. One more. 3, 2, 1. Release. Hands on the hips. Let's look up. Let's do some eye circles. Just a couple of these. Just warming up the eyes. And other direction. And now tongue circles. Tongue goes on the outside of the teeth, all the way to the edge. And the other direction. Good morning, tongue. All right, hands together. Let's warm them up. Let's do some drop down arms. Remember, we're exhaling every time we come down. Imagine like you got some water under those hands, and we're flinging them down. Using the least amount of energy, least amount of tension, to create the most amount of movement. Let's go into some heart openers. Stretching out that chest, stretching out those shoulders, upper back. Exhaling every time we come together. And I'm going to tell you guys a little tip. When you come together like this, drop down a little bit more if you can. And then exhale. So it looks like this. So that kind of helps out with the rhythm, kind of helps with the bouncing. So just a little tip. Okay, let's go into some twists. Let's do some full twists. Remember to exhale on each side. These are really helpful this morning because they really help with the digestion of all that peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Okay, so now let's go ahead and face forward. Let's do some mid twists, tapping on our chest, shoulders, and arms. Still exhaling on each side. Keeping our arms super, super loose. Practicing on keeping them relaxed. Remember, feeling where that tension is. If you're feeling the tension in your shoulders or neck, try to relax them. Okay, now let's go into our side-to-side hips. Let's go ahead and bang on those hips and those thighs. I feel like I'm playing like a giant drum. Looking in the mirror, you kind of look like a giant pendulum. One of those metal balls. That's really how this move want to be. You want to be super, super relaxed with it. Your arms kind of slightly bounce off. This way it feels really, really effortless. And in time, the more relaxed, the more calm we are, and the more we practice this, the easier our body can get into these movements. Let's start making some small circles here. Now let's stop the arms and let's just go into a few hip circles, warming up those hips. Drawing a circle on the ground with those hips, warming up those knees, ankles. All right, now let's go the other direction. All right, great. Let's go into our kidney bounce. Goes on the back of the kidney. Let's go ahead and bounce up and down. Exhaling every time you come down. And also a great thing about this move is also as your hand slides down a little bit more, you're massaging your back. Give you a nice little lower back massage. Hands onto the stomach, continue to bounce, continue to exhale. Let's press in. Let's go ahead and massage the intestine. 'Cause, 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 'cause Okay, let's go into some arm circles. Exhaling every time we come down through the nose. Okay, now let's go and switch directions. Okay, awesome. Good job, guys. So now we're done with part one. Skipping strength today. Let's come down for part three. Let's get into some flexibility. Okay. So let's go into our forward fold. And if you can close your eyes right now, that would be best. This way we can focus on connecting with our body. So we're reaching for our toes or our ankles or our knees. And let's just come down to this forward fold. We're now breathing in and out through the nose only. And bring our attention to the air that's passing in and out. We're connecting to our body. Part of our attention is to the breathing. The other part of the attention is focusing on the area that is tense in the body. And just focusing on relaxing and letting go in that area. We always relax into the tension. We never try to tense up and muscle our way or force our way into stretching farther. We simply just focus on actually deepening our relaxation. So every time when we're exhaling, that's the opportunity to let go, relax a little bit deeper if you can. Now let's go into our pancake split. Legs open. And let's come down the middle. Let's go ahead and come back up. Let's go to the right side. Right leg stretch. Staying calm. Our awareness is to our breathing in and out through the nose, and also to areas of the body where it is tense. So we can consciously relax and let go in those areas. If you find that you're not able to, like there's not a change in the tension in that area, simply just bring your awareness there. Becoming aware of the tension will help increase the mind-body connection. Help us connect more with the body. Let's go to the other side. Let's do our left leg stretch. Something to keep in mind when we're stretching. Our flexibility will fluctuate. Today I feel a little more tighter than I was yesterday. And also because our flexibility increases after we do our strength training because the muscles are a lot more warmed up. So as we get into the stretching now, you may find that you're just a little bit more tighter than usual. And it's okay. Because we focus on not judging, competing, or comparing, it doesn't matter how we do every single day, how our performance is, we simply just do it. Just do the best we can, listen to our body. Let's go into our side bend to the right. And because we let go of how we're performing every single day, our daily practice becomes more enjoyable. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Let's do our side bend to the left. And always do your best to softly and gently switch between the exercises. One of the principles is expanding our limitations. And so there are times to where we go fast. There are times to where I would go in and switch really quickly between exercises, where I'd give my body a lot of impact. And then at the same time, there are times to where I take it really gently, really slow, really care for the body in that way, being very gentle with it. That's one example about expanding our limitations. So this way we're treating our body in two totally different ways, conditioning our body to be able to stay really calm, really relaxed, while at the same time having the resiliency to handle impact, the resiliency to take a fall and be okay. So let's go ahead and come back up for center. And let's go into a pigeon stretch. Right leg bent, left leg extended. Let's come down for our pigeon. Now let's go and switch sides. Bend the left leg, straighten out the right leg. Let's come down for our pigeon stretch. Okay, let's go ahead and lay on down to our back. And let's go into our spinal twist. Take the right knee, bring it to the left side of the ground. Knee touches the ground. And let's turn our body and head to the right. This is another move that's really good for digestion. The twist is the midsection, helping with gas, helping with bloatedness, or just helping with general digestion. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Let's do our spinal twist. The other direction, left knee to right side of the ground. Knee touches the ground, and body and head turn to the left. Let's come back to the center. Let's do our double knee to chest, giving ourselves a nice big hug, wrapping our arms around the legs, holding at the elbows or the wrists, head to the back of the ground, pointing our chin to our knees, keeping the back of the neck flat or flatter, helping to straighten the spine. Now let's go and release legs and arms. Let's lay here in Shavasana for about 10 to 15 seconds. Just relaxing the body. Now let's go into our plow, raising the legs above the head, using your hands and elbows to support your back if needed. And let's reach for the ground with our feet. And when your feet touches the ground, feet together, knees together, toes pointed towards the head, and then we lock out the knees at the end. And if you can't touch the ground just yet, you can also just aim your knees towards your forehead or your mouth. Basically like this. Let's slowly lower our legs back down towards the ground. Okay. So now, keeping our eyes closed, let's go and make our way to a seated position. So we're going to do a few breathing exercises. And so the one we'll do today, we'll just focus on exhale breath. So we'll focus on exhaling through the nose and letting the inhale happen naturally. And we'll do about 50 of these. And after that, we'll go into an exhale hold. So exhaling through the nose, we're contracting our stomach inwards, and we're blowing out through the nose. Very similar to what we were doing in part one. So basically look like this. And if you notice my stomach comes in every single time. Okay, so then we're going to do 50 of those, letting the inhale happen naturally. So our mouth is closed the entire time. And then after that, at the end, we'll blow out all of our air through our nose, and then we hold our breath for roughly about 30 seconds, or just the best you can. So we exhale fully through the nose, and just hold the breath. Okay, so let's start off with our 50. And feel free to close your eyes also. Let's go ahead and exhale all of our air. Go ahead and hold our breath. We're aiming for 30 seconds. Okay. Sorry about that. And so go ahead and inhale. 30 seconds is up. Now sitting here with our eyes closed, we're going to go ahead and do a couple more rounds of that. So we're going to do the same thing again. 50 exhales followed by exhale hold. And let's begin. Let's go and exhale all of our air. And hold your breath for 30 seconds.
Activity completed.
Go ahead and inhale. All right, let's go ahead and repeat that again. 50 deep inhales, 50 exhales, followed by exhale hold. And let's begin. Let's go ahead and exhale all the breath. And hold your breath for 30 seconds.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Ooh, okay, Tripto, you here? What's up, bro?
I'll go ahead and inhale slowly through the nose. And so we're going to do one more round of breathing. This time we're going to do 50 inhales in through the nose, out through the mouth. And at the end of the 50 breaths, we're going to go and exhale all of our air again into an exhale hold. And this time we're going to hold our breath for as long as we can in an exhale hold. And then from there, we'll finish up the practice by going into a short silent meditation. So 50 deep inhales in through the nose, out through the mouth, focusing on the inhale. And let's begin. Big deep inhale in. And now exhale everything through the nose. And hold your breath for as long as you can. Stay calm, relax. Your mind is clear. continue to hold your breath until you're done with your breath retention. Then, keeping your eyes closed, just bring our awareness to the calmness and to the relaxation, the stillness inside the body. Remembering that this is our natural state of being, to be calm, to be relaxed, to be at ease. And every time when we do this practice, we become more familiar with being calm and relaxed. And when our body is calm, when our body is relaxed and at ease, our mind is calm, relaxed, and at peace. So we'll finish up our practice in a short silent meditation. And just bring our awareness to that calmness and relaxation inside. And also to our breathing as we breathe in and out through our nose. And now, whenever you're ready, go ahead and slowly open your eyes. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today in our full practice.